Hey everybody, it's Tallara and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Today we're going to be side questing around New LA as we continue to prepare ourselves for Chapter 8, which has a recommended level of 30 and requires us to do a couple of side quests before we can even access it. Before we get to those side quests, however, there is one side quest that I spotted on the map that I want to prioritize. You may remember our very first series of side quests ever in this game came from a woman named Kirsty, and guess what? Kirsty has got more work for us to do, so it felt only fair that I prioritize coming to see Kirsty today. Tallara, perfect. I've got just the job for you. This last stretch of fighting has been intense. Our Skell fleet is pretty beat up, as is a lot of our equipment. We need to perform some large-scale maintenance, but we're all but out of orite, a relatively common resource needed for repairs. Mira is dangerous enough when your gear is working, but when it's not, forget it. Yeah, honestly, Kirsty, going out with broken equipment could be suicide. And you've been through enough tight scrapes to know how terrifying it can be even with working gear. We've got pathfinders and prospectors out gathering as we speak, but the more their equipment fails, the more casualties are mounting. I'd like you to mine the orite we need for our maintenance, and also gather 8 HI-9 ion thrusters that can be found in Noctilum. If you could also recover the data unit that fell there while you're at it, that would be a huge help. Do you mind? Alright, sounds good. It's time for Planetary Pioneer Part 2. We need to continue the exploration of Noctilum using Frontier Nav. There's actually 3 parts to this quest: Noctilum Trailblazing 1, 2, and 3. So first up, we need to get 5 pieces of orite, which we already have, which is always so exciting. There's nothing better than picking up a side quest and realizing you already have what you need to turn it in. So that one's already done. Then we need 8 HI-9 ion thrusters. We've already got 5 of those, so we've got a great start, but we're gonna need 3 more. And then last but certainly not least, we need to acquire the secret data unit FN094 for Kirsty. It's much appreciated. I have every faith you'll find everything, so I'll whip up a maintenance schedule while you're out. So access your comm device to connect to Frontier Nav and mine for that orite. As for the rest, well, just be sure to come home safely. That's an order. Alright, that's it. Off you go. So Noctilum Trailblazing Part 1 is complete. We gathered the required precious resources and the repairs can now continue. I like how mine and Kirsty's relationship has changed since we were just a novice getting missions from her at the very beginning. She seems to have a bit more affection for us now, and certainly believes in us and our abilities a little bit more. So, the secret data unit that we're looking for is just to the north of FN Site 220, which is in an area of Noctilum called the Elephant's Trunk. Let's go check it out and see if there's any elephants there that are gonna make our lives difficult. I don't see any elephants, but I do see some big plant bug monsters. The Gardener Mortifoles are here. Alright, if you want to fight, then I will give you a fight. As you can see, today's party consists of me, Neilnail, Elle, and Irina. Something that I did not realize when recruiting Neilnail that you guys told me in the comments, which I really appreciate, is that apparently Neilnail is brand new and exclusive to this definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles X. So she and her quest weren't present in the original game that was released back on Wii U, which is very interesting. Obviously, as I haven't played the Wii U game, I don't know what is and isn't new, so I do appreciate when you guys give me a heads up, just to let me know things like that, because otherwise I would never have known. So, welcome to the definitive edition of Xenoblade Chronicles X, Neilnail. We are very happy to have you. So far, she has been a lock in my party, because I just really like her as a character, and I feel like she fits well with our party composition as well. Alright, so the hidden data we're looking for should be just around here, and I think I actually see it right here. Here it is. Noctilum Trailblazing 3 is complete. We obtained data unit FN094. What kind of information is inside? Guess we'll have to see if Kirsty's gonna tell us or not. Now, the other part is we need to gather the collectibles for repairing blade equipment, which are those 8 HI-9 ion thrusters. Those are a little bit more south in Noctilum, you can see on the map. Those are down in sort of the Twin Hammers region. So if we fast travel to FN Site 215, that should get us close by. Those are going to be those little crystals that we see on the ground. And because we have the quest tracked, they should actually be marked for us. All of that's to say, hopefully they'll be easy to find. I really like this area of Noctilum because it has all these interconnected branches high up in the sky. And oh my god, I was so busy looking at the sky that I forgot there was a big gap there. Holy moly, well now I feel dumb. If that's the case, we should probably fast travel to a different area. I forgot the Twin Hammers here are not actually connected. Which makes navigating this a little bit harder. If we go to Site 204, I think we'll be on the right side. Let's take another look. That was not one of my finer moments, that's for sure. Me. Wow, look at these beautiful branches up above. Also me, falls off cliff. Well, you know, perils of exploring, I guess. Speaking of, this is one of the items we need right here. So all's well that ends well. 6 out of 8 ion thrusters collected. We just need 2 more. Clearly the blade equipment requires a lot of repairs if we're out here collecting this many materials. It's not just one guy's equipment who's broken down. It seems like a whole squad of equipment has fallen into a state of disrepair. Luckily, we did have a bit of a head start on the mission, so completing it won't take too long, and then Kirsty will be super thankful and will love us forever, right? Me and Kirsty, BFFs? I think that's what I'm working on here. Alright, we just need 1 more, and then we'll be back to New LA in time for dinner. You can see the sun is setting. We don't have to go much further to find what we're looking for. There we go! Mission complete, Noctilum Trailblazing 2. We gathered the required collectibles so the repairs can now continue. What does that mean? Well, we can now go back to New LA and let Kirsty know that we did everything that she asked.
Thanks.
Thank you. It looks like that's everything. The materials you gathered will get broken skulls back on their feet and also ensure that our blade's gear is in top working condition. And I'll see that analysis of the data unit you recovered starts right away. Kirsty, what do you expect to find on that data unit anyway? Do you mind throwing us a bit of a bone, seeing as I went all the way out to Noctilum to recover it? Classified information from a special project I was on. Afraid I can't say more than that. Well, maybe I can say a little. That data unit represents the bonds I share with some of my dearest colleagues. Now then, this is for you. I think you'll find it more than covers you for your troubles. Mission complete! Planetary Pioneer Part 2. We completed the Noctilum exploration task. Now they'll have no trouble repairing their worn-down blade equipment. All the precious resources mined from the soils of Mira can be turned into a wide variety of items that will help keep New LA safe. I hope you'll continue using Frontier Nav to dig up all sorts of new minerals and materials. We're all depending on it, in fact. Mira's a harsh land full of hostile, terrible things. Without the support of people like you, even our best fighters can't hold out for long. Happy to help, Kirsty. Alright, so segment recon is complete, our affinity was updated, and I think one of us leveled up. I didn't catch it before it disappeared, but either way, that's another job well done. Now, speaking of jobs, there's another side quest that I want to do up here. A couple of episodes ago, we heard a rumor that our very own L, that's right, our blue friend right here, had actually started up his own store here in the administrative district. I had no idea that L was of the mercantile type, so I'm excited to see what sort of store he's opened up. The quest to check it out is right over here. I think if we speak to Regina, we learn more about this little stall, which, to my understanding, is L's new store. Ah, this open-air shop is delightful. It is truly the purveyor's paradise I've been seeking. Salutations. Are you the proprietor of this charming boutique? We would make words at you. What? Look, buddy, if this is about the shop, can we do it later? I haven't got a thing to sell. The shelves are empty, just like me. Wait, what happened to your inventory? My husband's a Pathfinder. Was a Pathfinder. He'd come back here with all sorts of weird junk and I'd sell it. But some Xeno killed him, so yeah, no more junk and no more husband. I'm done. Done with all of this. And I have no idea what I'm going to do now. If I can't keep the shop going, I need to find some other job. Some way to support the blades. At least, that's what I should do. But I just don't have the energy, you know? It's all I can do to just stand here and talk to you. Our condolences for your loss, my good woman, but this may just be the chance of a lifetime. You see, we have been collecting and producing works of the most exquisite sort for some time now. Inventions and such, mostly. And it is our fevered wish to sell them to the people of Earth at bargain seller prices. This store is a fitting vessel for the display and sale of said works, is it not? As such, we most hungrily request that you permit us the use of your delightful shop. Is this blue thing for real? My husband is dead. We ran this shop together. Why the hell would I let him walk in and take over? Ah, but is it not sadder still to think of such a precious thing sitting idle? To let it fall into disrepair and ruin? Surely your late spouse would want the shop to remain open. Yeah, I suppose he might. We are presently in collaboration with the Manon on a certain secret device. It is a most exciting project that we assure you will benefit all of humankind. Please, my lady, place your trust in us. We promise that we will not, how do you say, miss the point? I mean, look, I trust and believe El. He's a good guy. You're a better person than me if you trust this weirdo. Still, you can see he's serious about the shop. I'll do it under one condition. It involves something my husband hoped to do as a Pathfinder. I want you to help develop Oblivia's Frontier Nav and push it past the 30% mark. He was always so dedicated, and I'm sure he'll rest easier knowing the work he left behind is done. Okay, we need to make Regina's wish a reality in order to secure a spot for Elle's shop. The requirement is to explore 30% of Oblivia. We got our marriage certificate a couple of weeks before the whale took off, but things were so chaotic we didn't get much of a chance to celebrate. He said that once his work on Oblivia's Frontier Nav was 30% done, we'd hold a proper wedding and celebrate carving out a life for ourselves here on Mira. It's more a funeral than a wedding now, but I still want it, so just come tell me when it's done. Poor Regina. What a sad story. If we can help her and Elle out at the same time, that'll be a double victory. Now the question is, what is our Frontier Nav percentage of Oblivia? Let's take a look. Oblivia's survey rate is 28.16. Wow, I'm so close. Okay, so we just need to uncover a couple more points, and we should be alright. If we can plant like one more probe, I think that'll do it. Over here, you can see there's a whole area that we don't have a probe planted in, so how about we teleport to the Leaning Ring and see if we can find a probe placement point around there. Because I'm pretty confident that one probe should do it, and if it doesn't, it'll get us pretty darn close. Now, as soon as I fast travel in here, we actually get a cutscene. Hello? The heck? Is there someone up there? Over here. Hello? Yeah, up here. Chief! It's me, Mia, the lovable scamp who keeps brightening your life. Killer view up here. You should join me. What the heck are you doing up there, Mia? Okay, I don't think we have a choice here. A, she might need our help, and B, I'm a sucker for a killer view. Let's head on up and join her. Careful, it took me like 4 tries to make it up here. A woman of weaker will would have wept, but not Mia. I think that deserves some praise, right? Along with my awesome alliteration abilities. Oh snap, I did it again! Woo, Mia! So, get up here already, would you? I'm getting tired of shouting. Wow, Mia is quite the character, isn't she? And I love how we just randomly stumbled upon this side quest. This actually works out. We might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Help Mia and get our Oblivia survey level to 30%. So this quest, Mighty Mia. While out in Oblivia, you bumped into Mia, who asked you to stay and take in the spectacular view with her. Okay, guess we gotta climb up this ring. The issue is, during the cutscene, it did not show all the monsters that are also inhabiting this ring. Very, very interesting. Now, the ruins of Oblivia have caught my eye from the very beginning, and that's one of the reasons why I loved Neil, is by meeting her, we actually learned a little bit more about the origin of these ruins. Regardless, climbing to the top of them is probably going to give us a killer view, because look at the view of that moon straight ahead, and that one over there. The issue is all these monsters, but if we stick to the edge, I think we might be alright. Alright, Mia, I'll give it to you. This is a heck of a view. You really can see all over Oblivia from here. Some workout, huh? Although you beat the pants off my time. Sheesh. But how about this view? Can't beat it. Moments like these make adventuring all worth it. Traversing unknown lands, seeing new sights, breathing air never before breathed. You can't get this feeling of total awe from a picture or video feed. I just love it. Honestly, Mia, I've got to agree with you there. Journeying and seeing these sights, it's probably one of my favorite parts about adventuring. I guess it's genetic. My parents were explorer types too. They were actually pretty well known back on Earth. Set a world record for summiting Mount Everest as a pair. They even had a TV station that sponsored them. Seriously, an entire station. But when I was 15, the mountain wasn't even that tough. They apparently made it to the top just fine, but on the way down, they just vanished. There was a huge search and all that, but no one found even a single trace. I don't think they got cocky either. I watched them pack that morning, and they were as careful as ever. Anyway, they taught me the joys and the dangers of adventuring. And I want to keep their spirit alive, you know? If they were here, they'd be going nuts, exploring the heck out of this crazy planet. But they're not, so now it's up to me, because someone's got to. I mean, just look. Mira's literally a huge pile of stuff you could never see on Earth. I could spend my whole life out here and not see even a tenth of it. So I need to hurry up and see everything I can see. For my parents, and for me. What? I'm falling! Or am I? What the heck? Oh no. An ice birdie saved me! Wait, no it didn't. Oh hell no, I am not gonna be eaten like some worm. Help me, Chief! Wow, so much for the sightseeing trip. I'm not sure what's worse, falling to your death or getting eaten alive by a giant bird, but either way, Mia's sort of in a pick your poison type of situation. I can't believe the bird caught her before she fell off, which is hilarious because I just did it and landed just fine. That's right. No fall damage affects me, I'm the hero. Mia, however, I'm afraid, doesn't have the same plot armor that I do, so if anything, it's a good thing that bird picked her up. On the other hand, we're gonna have to go track her down and maybe try to save her before she gets eaten. Now let's see, where did that bird actually bring her? All the way over here to Keegan Ridge. If we... I'm not sure where the closest spot is. Probably here, FN Site 312. Now that bird looks really big, so I think I'm definitely gonna hop in my skill to try to keep up with that thing. So let's hop in here real quick. Gives everyone the skill defense bonus. Also gives us the bonus of being able to turn into a sports car. We'll get over here real quick. Now, the recommended level for this mission was level 29, so this is probably going to be a difficult fight if I had to guess. Hence why I figured I should bring my mech. Alright, Mia should be right here. Yes, wait, you're here. Where's the bird? You okay? You came for me. You're the best, Chief. I want to hug you so hard right now. But, ouch. Sorry, I think the fall bruised my everything. When that thing first had me in its mouth, I sort of freaked out. But after a minute, this calm came over me, and I saw its eye right there. And I thought, hey, maybe if I poke that, it'll let go of me. I mean, even the buffest gym bro can't work out his eyeballs, right? They're all equally squishy. Being able to think clearly in a pinch like that is pretty impressive if I do say so myself. Where was I? Oh, right, the stabby bit. So anyway, I took my dagger, aimed at the eyeball, and curse stab. Man, I did not enjoy that. Things squawked bloody murder and dropped me. Of course, then I fell from the sky like a ton of bricks. Guess my awesome plan didn't factor in what would happen if I was dropped from such a height. I'll just have to file the whole crippling fall part away under room for improvement. Next time, though, always learning from past mistakes. That's me. So, think you could keep up this trend of saving my buns by lending me a shoulder? I don't think I'll be standing on my own anytime soon. Oh, sorry, and thanks. Uh-oh. I think the birdie's coming back. That is a disgusting pustule on the back of it. Ew. What was that thing? The world's grossest pimple. Alright, time to fight a bird, and it is level 29, just like the recommended level of the mission. So, I'm gonna hop right into my skill, and hopefully... Oh yeah, we did good damage right there, just from that one hit. I was gonna say, hopefully we'll have enough of an advantage here that will be alright. And I am hopeful that it is indeed the case, even though poor Arena is holding on for dear life. Don't worry, Arena. I got this. Come here, big birdie. Come fight someone your own size. Nail's down as well. As long as I'm still standing, I think we've got a shot. Oh no, I see what happened. The level 50 bird that was hanging out nearby has been drawn into the battle, and unfortunately, that may turn the tides not in our favor. Fortunately, though, this bird has barely any HP left. Yes, I got it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do next.
Continue.
I was gonna say we'll run away before the big bird takes us down. Unfortunately, it took down my skull, but we still might have an opportunity for me myself to get away. We'll just have to repair my skull later. Things were going just fine until that level 50 bird noticed us. But anyway, we took down the level 29 bird, no problem at all, which is what we needed to do for Mia's story. So let's just very quietly make our way back up here. There's a lot of really high level monsters in this area, which is unfortunate. There's the birdie there. I don't think it's gonna bother us though if I'm not attacking anything. Hey, Chief. What can I say? I owe you for about 1,000,001 things. I'd have been dead a dozen times over by now if not for you. And this time was especially bad. One of those painful reminders of how big and scary the world can be. I guess I have to admit that charging into danger on my own like this is crazy. So maybe it's time that I got better gear. That's it, alright. I'll be fine right now if I'd been equipped like a champ instead of a chump. Other than that, I don't think I did anything wrong. Yep, definitely need to stock up for my next adventure. Which means I'm gonna need some cash. Dad always said sponsors are an explorer's best friend. Oh, sorry, Chief. You still here? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. You go knock those missions dead. If I've got anything going for me, it's resilience. And my good looks, but mostly resilience. Thanks so much for checking in on me. I'll tell you one thing Mia doesn't lack: self-confidence. There you have it. Mighty Mia complete. We rescued Mia from the flying Inogen and saw her safely on her way. Alright, and completing that mission actually helped us in our segment recon. We got up to 29%, which is pretty darn good. Just need 1 more percent for Elle's mission. Now, the whole reason I went to the Leaning Ring in the first place was I was looking for the data probe area down here. So let's actually try this again. I'm pretty sure I saw it right over here. So let's see if I can't get up this cliff. Now, if I had my skill, it would certainly make exploration a little easier. So I'll see what I can do on my own 2 feet here. But this might be one of those instances where I need to go home, repair my skull, and come back out here. Alright, turns out we didn't need the data probe point after all, because I instead found this little wrecked trailer right here, and investigating it got us up to the 30% of Oblivia exploration that we needed. So without further ado, we can pack it up and head back to New LA. If we fast travel to the administrative district or Armory Alley landmark, we can tell Regina the good news. We've completed her late husband's mission. She can hopefully get some closure now, and then maybe her and Elle can go into business together. I got a call from the Pathfinders. Sounds like you saw my husband's work through. That's good. Now he can rest without regrets. And the shop's yours to use, as promised. Many thanks, my good woman. We swear that you will not regret your decision. Rest assured, this business's ship has scum in. Wait, what? Scum in? No, I think you mean its ship has come in. It's a metaphor, right? It means... forget it. A goof like you makes it very hard to stay depressed, you know? I may not get my wedding, but you've given me the motivation to give the man I loved a proper funeral. That gives me some closure, at least. Thank you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Good luck with the shop. Alright. Looks like Elle has put his own flair on things, along with his man-on business partners. This place looks completely different. I love that they even brought in little potted palm trees for decoration. And how does it look, Georgian? Is our little device nearly complete? Leave it to the mad artist Elle, right? Your design was delightfully mad, though. Very, very exciting work. I haven't had this much fun twiddling cogs since I was a kid, maybe. Anyway, all we need now are 5 pieces of slimy epithelium, 5 pieces of strong iron, and 3 Zetis twigs, perhaps? Find those, and I'm pretty sure we're good. If you can't wait to see the resulting breakthrough, maybe you could hurry, you know? That was directed at you, friends of Elle. Not to sound pushy or anything, okay? It's just that with those materials, I can finally make Elle's super machine a reality, you see? I gotta be honest, I'm a little curious. What exactly are you building? What we're making is kind of a surprise, you know? So if you could just hurry and bring the stuff, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks very much. This will be much easier if we all work together. You know what I'm saying? Alright, looks like this quest isn't over yet. Next up, we need to collect some materials. So let's take a closer look. Booming business. We've already got 5 pieces of strong iron. We've already got 3 Zetis twigs. So the one thing we need is the 5 pieces of slimy epithelium from sludge carcasses or others in Noctilum. Let's see where those are. Oh, they said they were in Noctilum, but when I track the quest, it actually brings me right here to FN Site 306. Looks like there should be a few right around here, so let's go take a look. We're already 66.6% complete this quest. So, I don't mind having to go out of our way to find a few more things. Unfortunately, though, it appears that the quest markers are actually underneath us, which means there's gotta be a cave or something nearby. Is this a cave right here? Looks like it might be. Now the question is this a different cave, though? Yes, I think so. Okay, well, good to know that there's lots of different caves dotting this area, and that's not actually the one we needed. Hopefully if we go around this way, we might find another entrance. Is that another entrance? Yep. Okay. Good sign. South Ant's Nest. Ew. Gross! Found some treasure in here, which helps a little bit. There's actually nothing else in here. No ants, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing. But turns out there's just a bunch of different caves dotting this area, I guess. And that wasn't the one we were looking for. Okay, so I've genuinely looked at what feels like everywhere, and I cannot find another cave entrance. I'm clearly overlooking something, but I'm wondering if maybe it's better for us to go to Noctilum, as I originally thought we were going to do, and see if we can find any over here. See, they're not marked on the map over here, unfortunately, but I'm wondering if we just sort of go over there and look around, maybe we'll find some. Alright, there we go. Noctilum was where we needed to go after all. I got all the slimy epithelium that we needed. So now we can take this back to Elle's little Manon friends. I am insanely curious as to what sort of machine they're building. I mean, I knew Elle wanted to set up a shop, but now there's something more he wants to do on top of that. Is this machine going to be part of the shop? Is it going to be something they're selling at the shop? I don't know, but I guess we'll find out on this rainy afternoon. Hi, Geogen. I've got all of your materials. Oh, you did it! I'm pretty sure this is everything I need. We should be ready to go, I think. Hear that, Elle? It's finally time to put the final touches on your miracle machine, isn't it? And we trust you to do just that, friend. Once complete, this device will be a revolution in revolutionary inventions. It'll be terribly useful to the Blades, not to mention a first-rate crowd puller for our humble shop. Oh, wow. I guess I'll do my best, okay? Let me go make the finishing touches now. The sound of the rain is so soothing. It's like Xenoblade Chronicles X ASMR here. Now, that's the machine they built, hey? That looks very interesting. It's finished, Elle. Hopefully it's alright? Ah, wonderful. We've just finished lining up our tempting throng of tantalizing trinkets. Our shop is moments away from its grandiose opening. Moments, we tell you! And what do you think, friend? Will our store be the new talk of the tower? I mean, maybe, but can you please tell me more about this mystery device now? Ah, how rude of us. We failed to explain. This mother of all inventions opens additional augment slots in your weapons and armor, both with ground gear and skells as well. With one simple purchase, Blades can now elevate their equipment to new and lofty heights. But they say a picture is worth 1,000 worms, so by way of demonstration, we will give you this attack assault rifle. Try giving it a new augment slot. I'm ready pretty much any time, you know. Let's open up some slots, okay? Cool. Elle's shop is now open. Come one, come all. Add slots to gear for a sum of Moranium. As many a wise human has said, you don't want to bring a fife to a gunfight. Turn good gear great at Elle's wondrous new shop. Alright, so we now need to access Elle's shop and add a slot to that assault rifle that they gave us. Doesn't look... Oh, I don't have enough Moranium. Okay. We're not going to be able to do this until I have enough Moranium. I was going to say, it doesn't look like I can access any of these. I should also double check which rifle it is that he wants me to augment. Oh, apparently in the quest marker it just says open an augment slot on a piece of your equipment, so we might be able to just do it on anything. What we'll need to do, though, is wait for our Moranium deposit to come in from our Frontier Nav probes. Okay, I just got my Moranium deposit. You can see now I have 13,200 Moranium. So if we can just do it on any piece of equipment, I'd honestly prefer to do it on equipment that we actually use. So I actually have the Chrome Blades 2 equipped. We can open another slot for 10,000 Moranium. Jeez, Elle. That's pretty expensive, isn't it? Alright, slot open. So there you go. That is pretty handy. I can absolutely see how that will help us out. So shout out to Elle for his new store and his cool new machine. And thus, new slots for augments are born in otherwise unremarkable equipment, all thanks to our handy new invention. It's certain to become a necessity for all self-respecting blades. And when they come by to avail themselves of this service, they'll be unable to pass up the rest of our fantastical collection. Sounds like a solid plan to me, Elle. Ah, most excellent. You have our thanks. We are terribly eager to share these peerless works with all the citizens of New LA. Well, I think your shop will be a huge success, Elle. So maybe I can stay on to help? You'll need someone to maintain your super machine after all, won't you? We would be delighted. As they said on Earth, only the very finest party in a storm. Is that what they really said on Earth, El? Well, we are officially open for business, and it was you who made the grand opening possible. We hope you will accept this as thanks, and also be sure to frequent our shop. After all, a friend who spends is a friend in need. Alright, booming business complete. We were able to set up L's shop with the help of the Manon. We are now able to add augment slots to our weapons and armor. Awesome. That was fantastic, and now L's shop is open for business anytime. So, the affinity mission that we need to do in order to access Chapter 8 is right here, called the Matchmaker, which is where I was going to go, but before we go there, something caught my eye. Right here is another follow-up mission with Kirsty, Planetary Pioneer Part 3. It only seems right, since we're going down into the commercial district anyway, that we check in with our good friend Kirsty. And right next door is actually another quest called the Fashionista as well. So how about we knock out these two side quests, and then we can pick up the Matchmaker. Alrighty, hey there, Kirsty. What are you doing in this random alley? Glad you're here, Tallara. I've been waiting for you. You're the only one I know who can handle this, so let's get you briefed. Okay, sure. As you know, New LA now has a number of non-human residents. Thanks to these xenoforms, we've seen leaps in our technology and an exponential growth in trade. Unfortunately, our uranium consumption has also spiked to an alarming degree. The amount we're excavating with our existing data probes simply can't keep up. I'd like to ask your help in mining enough to get us out of this bind. Perhaps by expanding your frontier nav grid further out into Oblivia? And while you're out in Oblivia, I've got a few other objectives you can take care of there. First, I need you to gather 7 or so mole worms. Those ugly little things consume uranium, which makes them quite valuable. And then I want you to retrieve data unit FN095. We're pretty sure it landed somewhere on the continent. Should be simple enough, eh? Okay. Time for Planetary Pioneer Part 3. On behalf of New LA's new xenoform immigrants, use Frontier Nav to further the exploration of Oblivia. Just like before, we've actually got 3 little missions in here. We need to give 2,500 units of uranium to Kirsty on Central Melville Street, which we should be able to do right away, actually. Then we need to gather the required collectibles in Oblivia, 7 mole worms. Last but certainly not least, we need to acquire the secret data unit FN095 for Kirsty. And I'll make sure to tell the xenoforms bemoaning a lack of materials that I've got our ace blade operative on the job. No pressure now. You know, Kirsty, I'm the sharpest blade in the drawer. The sharpest... Yowza, that's really bad. But whatever, now get out there and prove me right. Good luck, and thanks, Tallara. You're very welcome, Kirsty. Now, first of all, yes, I've got 2,500 units of uranium. Here you are. Thanks so much. Now I can keep NLA's new residents stocked and happy. So that's Oblivia Trailblazing 1 complete. Good luck with the remaining objectives. Thank you. Alright, so the remaining objectives are obviously going to take us out to Oblivia. And it looks like we can gather the mole worms sort of at the beginning of the region if we fast travel to FN Site 302. Alright, mole worms. Uh-oh, looks like we're gonna have the same problem we did before. The mole worms are not above ground, they are beneath it, which, I mean, makes total sense considering what they are, mole and worms. But what that means is we're gonna need to find a cave. Hopefully I'll have better luck finding the cave in this area than I did earlier. Oh, wait, speak of the devil, I think I found it right away. That was easy. Glad something worked out for us today. In our cave spelunking. Alright, so it looks like the mole worms are just the little crystal collectibles that are scattered all over the map. So if we run around in here, we should be able to get them. Now, this place is absolutely infested with bugs and spiders, my absolute favorite. On the positive side, they're all extremely weak, only level 12, so we'll make short work of these, and then we can finish up this part of the quest. Alright, it looks like Kirsty's data is down in the southern portion of Oblivia, right by those big rings that we were investigating earlier. Unfortunately, it is yet again underground. It seems like everything in Oblivia is actually underground, which is fine, except it adds an extra layer to your exploration in that you need to try to find the cave entrance. Now, if I was a betting woman, I would guess that the cave entrance is probably over here in this cliff formation. Let's see if I'm right, and let's see if I should be going to Las Vegas or if I should stick my butt at home. I might have been right. Wow, Las Vegas, here I come. Okay, I think the thing we're looking for is right here, and am I wrong, or is that a data spot as well? It's like a little hidden oasis down here, actually. For a dry, deserty, barren land. We found a lot of water. FN Site 313, very nice. Alright, here's FN Site 313, which we can install a data probe into. Perfecto. That unlocks half of this little region down here. And then here's our missing data. Hey, that actually got me to level 28. Awesome. We obtained the data unit FN095. What information could be inside? Guess we'll have to see if Kirsty's willing to provide us with any information this time. I feel like she barely gave us anything last time. But regardless, let's head back to New LA and check in with her. Phew, the Manon are ravenous when it comes to learning. Is that why they're here just, like, ambushing you in this alley? Now that they've seen how much Moranium Frontier Nav brings in, they want to know all about it. They keep lining up to ask me questions. Some of them even follow me around. I feel like some kind of crazy college professor. Hey, what do you think, Kirsty? Maybe you've got a gift for teaching. Guess I gave you a crash course on Frontier Nav not too long ago, huh? Anyway, that takes care of all the objectives for this assignment. Good work. It looks like the information on the data unit is intact to boot. I'll make sure you get your reward right away. Alright, we completed the Oblivia exploration task. As Frontier Nav was able to locate large amounts of resources, Manon interest in its capabilities has grown. Damn, doesn't look like these guys plan to go home anytime soon, though. I'm a bit exhausted from the hailstorm of questions, but what are you gonna do? And to be honest, it's a little flattering to have people so interested in my work. I helped develop Frontier Nav, after all. Yeah, I mean, Kirsty, all of humanity should be proud of Frontier Nav. It's pretty cool that you had a hand in developing it. Glad you think so. I know the rest of the team would be as well. Oh, and I'm not sure if you've heard, but apparently there's a Manon out there who's offering credits for Moranium. I guess you can accept requests from her through mission control. Take a look if you're curious. It's something a person like you could probably make good use of. Alright, Kirsty disappeared in the blink of an eye. Segment recon complete. And now we can check in with this other mission around the corner, Victoria. Our brand, Belle Betty Fashions, prides itself on offering products made for women by women, no matter what species they may be. But so far, we've only been able to reach a human audience. If we want to succeed on Mira, we need to start bringing Manon women into the fold, which is precisely what I've tasked Panyar here to accomplish as head of our new Manon sales division. Hello, hello, leave it to me, okay? As the rising star of non-human fashion, I'm positioned to revolutionize Manon apparel, you see. But, in your opinion, how does current Manon fashion strike you? Doesn't it all just look the same? I mean, yes, I must confess, to me anyway, all Manon clothes do look shockingly similar. Ah, you have very, very fine taste, don't you? You see, we Manon have no custom of wearing clothes specifically designed for one's own body. Most Manon will throw on anything, even if it's too big and not especially flattering, you know. Aha! I have it, yes? Victoria, you need to craft undergarments like the ones you humans wear, but in Manon sizes. That sort of subtle concealed fashion is fantastic, isn't it? Very, very confidence boosting? That's an interesting idea, Panyar. Though we'll need to do some research. I have no idea what kind of size chart to use for a Manon. Maybe we'll just have my good friend here do it. It is decided. Go into town and ask 3 Manon for their measurements, okay? Would Manon even be willing to share that information? Feels a little personal. Why? Do humans keep such data secret? It seems so narrow-minded, doesn't it? Manon are very, very open about such question, you know, so will you go ask them? I need Panyar to stay here and start working up some designs. I understand it's rather sudden, but would you mind helping us? We can shake up the new LA apparel scene together. Oh, and in addition to the measurements, we need material to craft the garments. A handful of supple leather would be perfect if you can track some down. Okay then. I gotta be honest, this is not what I expected when I accepted this quest, but we are now going to be helping Victoria and Panyar design undergarments for Manon clients. Sure, why not? I appreciate all your help. This division is brand new, so we're still rather understaffed. Many, many thanks. Let me give you the names of 3 of my friends who are likely to give you their measurements, okay? For juniors, talk to Viverta. For Mrs., see Alice. And for the older women, ask Vipon, okay? They should all be in New LA somewhere, so go get those measurements, alright? Alright, I'm sure this isn't going to be awkward at all, although according to Panyar, apparently Manon don't get embarrassed about intimate questions about the sizing of their undergarments, so let's get right to it, I guess. Viverta, you're up first. What? You need something, perhaps? Because I'm not working right now, so I'm basically doing nothing, which I guess makes me free for whatever. Hey, Viverta. Could I get your measurements? You must be a friend of Panyar, no? In that case, I'll tell you anything you want. What measurements did you need? Bust, waist, and hip? Easy enough. Wait, just a minute and I'll go take the readings, okay? Here are my measurements, okay? So, just what do you need these for anyway? Underwear? That sounds kind of interesting. Maybe I'll give them a try once they're available. Alright, well, that wasn't so bad. She willingly shared the information for us. But what's perhaps the most interesting revelation of all that is that apparently the Manon don't wear underwear at present. Interesting. We may really revolutionize their fashion culture here. Now, looks like the next Manon we're looking for is actually up on their flagship. Here is Vipone.
Hello!
Oh, a human! I find you all very, very fascinating, no? I'm happy to talk for as long as you like, okay? Hi, Vipone. Could I get your measurements? Oh, you're here on an errand for my daughter, are you now? Oh, wow. Panyar's her daughter. Interesting. Just what has Panyar gotten herself into this time? Collaborating with humans to make underwear? Most fascinating. Of course, I'll help in any way I can, won't I? If you don't mind staying right there for a moment, I'll go measure myself. Here you are, straight from my body to yours, okay? Will we Manon all start dressing in human-style clothes from now on, perhaps? Well, I can't wait. Tell my darling girl to keep up the good work, won't you? Well, that's interesting. I didn't necessarily expect to make a family connection here. And then last but not least, we need to go ask someone in the administrative district for their measurements. So far, it has been a very easy, non-embarrassing task to get the measurements from these Manon, so that's much appreciated. Looks like the Manon we're looking for is actually not up top in the administrative district, but is actually down below in the hangar level, so I've actually got to go around and jump down here. Whee! No, wait, that's not where I jumped down. Oh, no. Seriously? We're really gonna go out of our way now. Yeah. Keep knocking my head off these beams. Concussion, here we go. The things you have to do to make Manon underwear, am I right? Alright, but now it's saying that the Manon we're looking for is above us. I am so confused. Ah, I think I moved way too quickly before. Apparently Alice was up here in Armory Alice. She just hadn't loaded in yet. I needed to give the game a minute to catch up to me.
What's wrong?
Yes, can I help you? Non-disclosure agreements keep me from discussing work, but I'm happy to speak about anything else, probably. Hi, Alice. Could I get your measurements? You want measurements of my body's physical dimensions, yes? As it turns out, all of my biometrics were taken when I started work at my current job. You're welcome to a copy of that data if you want. I won't ask what you aim to do with these numbers, okay? Alright, yes I will. Wonderwear, you say? Wonderwear? This is some new manner of weapon, perhaps. It sounds so deadly. I don't know the specifics, but I wish you luck in your R&D efforts. R&D, that's a good way to describe our underwear production, I suppose. Alright, so we've got everyone's measurements. And, oh, I didn't realize there was another part of the quest. Apparently we also need to gather 5 pieces of supple leather, which we should be able to get just outside the eastern gate. So let's go grab those, and then we should have everything we need to start the Man-On Underwear Revolution. Panyar is fascinating to watch. It's just one fresh new idea after the next with her. If we can bring those ideas to market, I really think we can revolutionize the way Man-On women dress. And how are you progressing? Are the materials and measurements ready? They sure are. Here's 5 supple leather. Great, this should be plenty. We can start cutting samples right away. Say, Panyar, once the samples are complete, will you be the first to model one for us? I would be very, very, very happy to be the first ever underwearer in Man-On history, wouldn't I? Excellent. We'll have them stitched in no time flat. Perfect. They're ready when you are, Panyar. Copy that? I'll be right back, okay? I can't wait to see how they feel on me. What is this? Being squeezed like this is very, very, very uncomfortable, you know? This isn't fashion, it's bondage. Do you really wear things like these? Aren't they so awful? I mean, if... I love that my 2 options are it either feels normal or I prefer going commando. I mean, I've been wearing underwear my entire life. It feels normal enough to me. You're amazing, aren't you now? Heroic, even. If I had to stay bound up like this all the time, I would lose my mind, probably. I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking these off right now. Whew, I thought I might die for a minute. Even for fashion, there are limits to what I'll do, okay? I suppose underwear could be a bit of a hard sell if you aren't used to it. I didn't think of that. Maybe we should try approaching the Man-On customer through cosmetics instead. That reminds me. Victoria, you have a very nice smell. Better than most other humans, right? Were you maybe born different? I wear perfume. It's an aromatic spray made from a combination of pleasing scents. Oh, another form of invisible fashion, yes? Excellent. I think Man-On are much more likely to enjoy this, no? A new fragrance made especially for the Man-On woman. I think it might actually work. Then it's time for our good friend to go collect the scents we Man-On enjoy, right? After that, we can mix them up into a dangerously fresh new perfume, yes? Okay, guess my work here is not done. What do the Man-On need from me this time? Let's see, they needed 5 mange cherries, which I already had, and then 3 sona herbs. Alright, we'll get to gathering. Oh, it smells like you have something good on you, doesn't it? Which ingredient do you think would make the best perfume? I mean, I've got mange cherries. Oh, that is lovely, isn't it? So great, right? Here, let me take a whiff. Oh my, it certainly is pungent. I can see it playing well with wild girls like you, Panyar. But yes, I think it's a fine choice. How about you? Do you think wild is a good direction to take? I mean, I gotta be honest. For me personally, I prefer a more relaxing aroma. Yes, I can see how someone in your stressful line of work would look for peace where they can find it. Though I do think there's demand out there for this. Some people are just thrill seekers. I'll contact production and tell them to get started. Oh, and here. This is for all your hard work. Thanks for the help and for being so flexible. Alright, well that quest took us through many twists and turns that I was not expecting, from Man-On underwear to fragrances. But hey, the fashionista is complete. The undergarment designs failed, but your knowledge of Man-On tastes resulted in a wild new perfume. Alright, quest complete. Now, this has been an action-packed day. We've managed to knock off 4 side quests in this episode so far, but there is one more thing that I want to do.
That's crazy.
As I mentioned earlier, for us to access Chapter 8, there is an affinity mission requirement, and it is right here. It's called the Matchmaker, which I'm a little interested in. Are we going to be playing Matchmaker for our friend Lau here?
Hey, look who's here! Thanks again for the help last time.
When did you work with Elma's team?
When a certain someone decided to just wander off and leave us high and dry?
Oh yeah? Well, I hope whoever it was got chewed out good. Looks like I owe you one, Elma. Order something if you like. My treat.
Really?
Oh, Tatsu filled to bursting with food and joy. Lao is good and generous friend.
You tubby little... I said order something, not everything.
It's okay, Lao. Next meal, it'll be Tatsu's turn.
So Shingo, you gonna say something? Go ahead and ask. I'm sure these ladies will give you better advice than I can.
Having trouble with something?
Oh, it's not.
Ooh, I know. Shingo has a crush on someone.
Wait, what? How'd you know?
Oh, come on. Seriously?
It's written all over your face, dude.
I know, right? He's a total open book.
I get that a lot.
If you're done making the poor man sweat, why don't you hear him out?
But look, if this is about winning a girl's heart, Lao is probably the guy you want to ask. He knows you a lot better than we do since you work together and all. Plus, he was married, so he can...
Sorry, Shingo. I should get going.
Right. Of course, sir.
Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Uh-oh. I think Lynn
you,
hit a
sir.
nerve.
Yeah. We don't really talk about Lao's family.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to...
It's okay, Lynn. You couldn't have known. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. I still feel like a total oaf, though. Ugh.
He wasn't angry, Lynn. You heard him wish Shingo luck.
Yes, yes! Angry Lao not talk like that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so, if you don't mind, I really do need some advice on this. I'm at the end of my rope.
Sure. Whatever we can do to help.
Alright, Shingo has taken a liking to someone. We agreed to give him some advice as to how to approach her. Guess we're not going to be doing the matchmaking for Lao, but for his subordinate, Shingo. But either way, still kind of excited to play the matchmaker today. Alrighty, so... apparently, we're not having the discussion in front of the cafe. We instead need to move 160 meters south to play matchmaker. Past Sarah's Market. Down the street from the salon. There's just a quest marker in the middle of the road. That must be the special lady, is it?
So that's her, huh? And you say her name's Dorothy? She's beautiful.
Oh, gosh. Thanks.
Not quite sure what you're taking credit for there, but okay.
Tatsu will go and ask Pretty Lady for her favorite food.
You stay put, you.
Man, she's too beautiful. She'll never go for a schlub like me. If only I could make her happy somehow.
Okay, definitely not do that. So I guess maybe you should get her a present.
What? Just out of the blue? Shouldn't I start with dinner or something?
Dinner dates are nice and all, but any schmo can ask a girl out. A surprise gift? Now that'll leave an impression.
You sure it's not weird?
Unusual, maybe, but that's not necessarily bad. If the way she's dressed now is any indication, she's obviously into fashion. Why not give her a little accessory when you ask her out? A bracelet or something.
That's perfect. I bet she'll love it.
All right, I'll give it a try. But where am I supposed to find nice jewelry here on Mira?
Tatsu have an idea. Cowardly friend should get Pretty Lady a shiny rock. That how Tatsu Dadapon win the heart of Mamapon.
Hey, not bad. You're kinda smart for a Nopon.
Meh, says friend who need whole team to ask out girl. What does friend think of this?
Whoa, what is that?
Oh, that's lovely.
It Nopon matchmaking stone.
Ah.
Super valuable, worth more than almost any food.
Sounds like a winner to me. Let's go track one down.
We'll need someone to set it in a bracelet once we've found it.
There's a jewelry shop in the commercial district. We can try bringing it there.
Okay, perfect. We have got ourselves a plan. So, what do we need to do? We apparently already got the 3 pieces of Endurin lead that we need to create the matchmaking stone. So all we need to do now is talk to Omari on West Melville Street. We're already here in the commercial district, so he's not too far away. Let's go see if he can work with the stone and make it into a nice bracelet or some sort of jewelry. Hopefully we don't get hit by any cars as we run down the street here.
So,
Oh, Mari, here you are.
Oops.
The gold and silver jewelry store. Okay, perfect.
Now this is a stunning specimen.
It better be, considering what we had to go through to get it.
So, how much to put that in a bracelet?
Sorry, not gonna happen.
What?
Why not?
I tested its hardness. That rock puts even diamonds to shame.
Seriously?
I'd really like to help, but my tools just can't handle it. Sorry.
Well, so much for that. What do we do now?
And after we went to all that trouble.
I never imagined it couldn't be done.
Just because our tech can't handle it doesn't make it impossible. I met a Menon craftsman a while back who works with rare minerals. He's not cheap, but he's good. Why don't I introduce you?
Sir, that would be amazing.
Lau, about before.
I know you've been working hard to help out one of my crew, Lynn. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.
How about letting me join in the fun from here?
Heck yeah!
Alright, we've got another person on Team Matchmaker. So it looks like Lau has to be a part of our team, so I'm actually going to remove Neil Nail and add in Lau here. So, if that guy, Omari, can't work with the stone, perhaps we'll have better luck up on the Manon flagship. According to Lau, they've got superior tools, which may be just what we need to shape the stone. What Tatsu didn't tell us when he brought up the idea of the Nopon matchmaking stone is apparently it's harder than diamond, so this is quite the find for us. Let's go speak to this guy right here, Jacero. See if he can help.
So how's it look?
It's tricky, you know. Very, very tricky. But nothing is impossible for the right price. So long as it's high enough.
How much are we talking?
Let's say 10 of your human pizzas. If that works, my family loves those things.
Payment and pizza. I like this guy.
Seriously?
We did learn that pizza is very popular among the Manon, so this actually does check out. The question is, where do we get 10 pizzas? I guess we have to go to a pizza store? There was a pizza store right next to that jewelry store, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure there was a pizza store right there. So if we fast travel back to Melville Street, we might be able to grab 10 pies to go. Seems like a very reasonable price to get some jewelry crafted.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know how much pizza goes for here in New LA, but you'd have to think it's not that bad. And yes, I was right. Army Pizza is right next door. Wait, there's a whole bunch of Manon dancing out here. What's going on?
Move out!
Welcome to Army Pizza. You here for a pie? What's that? You need 10 delivered ASAP. No sweat. For just 10,000 credits, we'll send your piping hot pizzas anywhere in New LA. 10 pizzas for 10,000 credits? Okay, pizza in New LA is way more expensive than pizza on planet Earth, I'll tell you that for free. Luckily, I'm a multi-millionaire. I literally have 2.2 million credits to my name. So 10,000 credits? Yeah, sure. Do your thing, pal. These are headed out to Jeshiro's place, yeah? We'll have them there before the cheese begins to cool. I guess the Manon are just super interested in pizza. They're standing outside the pizza shop, dancing and cheering. Little did Army Pizza know that they were going to experience an influx of customers after we created this peace treaty with the Manon people. I just honestly love that that's real lore, that Manons love pizza. And I get it. I've said it before. If I was an alien and met up with humans for the first time and got to experience pizza for the first time, I too would probably be extremely impressed.
Your family, huh?
So you'll make the bracelet then?
I gave you my word, remember? I promise it'll be more stunning than even the finest Earth pizza! Yeah, hopefully. The bracelet is finished, if that's okay.
Man, Dorothy's gonna love this!
It's gorgeous.
Thank you all so much! I'm going to go ask her out right now!
I'm glad that worked out. I really hope she says yes after all this.
Should we go see?
You know it.
We've come this far. We've got to see it through to its conclusion, right? We've got to see if our matchmaking skills actually worked. So let's head back to the commercial district one last time. If we go to North Founders Street, we can check in on our two potential lovebirds and see if the bracelet was well received. It is an absolute downpour, but it's not stopping the love. Ooh, they're officially boyfriend and girlfriend? Wow,
Like
that
they
went
say,
really fast.
even a broken clock.
Look at us, matchmaker extraordinaires.
Relationships. But hey, I guess if it makes them happy.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
I mean, if it's our consciousness piloting these bodies, then it doesn't really matter if these are our actual physical bodies or not. We're still able to form relationships with people. Anyway, there you have it. The matchmaker is complete. Amazingly enough, Tatsu's plan worked, and Shingo now has a girlfriend. We learned the sniper rifle art Afterburner. Alright, and with that, we have officially completed the requirements to access Chapter 8. Well, there's still one thing left for us to do, and that is to get to level 30, but all of the mission requirements have been completed. We're all level 28 right now, we're inching ever closer to level 30, so we're going to need to do a little bit of leveling up before we can proceed forward. For now, though, we'll call it a day here. Another action-packed day in the streets of New LA. We got to spend a bunch of time with Christy, learn about the Manon's undergarments, and then help Shingo find love. I'd call that a pretty good day if you ask me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here soon as we continue exploring Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition.